Well, hello there, folks. Bill O'Leary. And what I'm going to talk about in this video is how do I choose a guardian for my child? So in this video, what I'd like you to take away are three things. One, what a legal guardian is, number one. Number two, why naming a legal guardian for your minor children is so important. And three, some of the things you should think about when deciding who to name as your legal guardian. So again, just by way of introduction, my name is Bill O'Leary, and I'm an attorney where I focus on a few isolated things: estate planning, wills, trust, estates, elder law, and probate and estate and trust administration. My firm is Legacy Planning Law Group in Jacksonville, Florida. So look, choosing a guardian for your kids, it's not something we want to think about as parents with with minor children. And it's hard to imagine, frankly, someone else raising your child. If something were to happen to you, you do want to make sure you have folks in place to make sure that your children are in the best hands. So that's why it's so very important to name a legal guardian, the person who basically will raise your child if you die or become incapacitated, or let's say both of you if you're married, before your child turns 18. Appointing a guardian is critical, not only for your sake and but also the well-being of your kids, and of course it gives you great peace of mind. So now look, you might say that you don't know who would be a good choice, so maybe that's you freeze up and don't do nothing because you're not sure, you can't decide. Guess what? By failing to pick a guardian, a judge in the courts will choose somebody for you, and it may not be the person that you want. So look, the most loving thing you can do is to set your kids up with a trusted guardian now instead of leaving that fate to chance. If you still aren't sure, again, don't be a victim of inaction. Remember, your decision is not going to be set in stone. You can change it later. So you can always update it in your will. That's where the guardian is appointed, is in your will. So as long as you're alive and you're capable, you have the mental capability, you will be able to change your will. And if you choose, let's say your sister-in-law is your guardian now and find out down the road that she's a functioning alcoholic, you can simply update your will and name someone else. What about naming your elderly parents? That's a sort of a common thought. Well, it may not be the ideal choice because think about it, they're in an older generation. Presumably, they're going to pass away before you. But again, people think, hey, my parents did a good job raising me, I'll just appoint them. So think about it. It may be an okay choice now for the time being, but at a minimum, you should make sure you name backups to your parents in case your parents aren't around anymore. So it's important to take age and health as factors. Take that into consideration when deciding who to name. Again, the importance of also naming a backup. So again, if you do select your parents, maybe naming a backup and letting your parents know, hey, even if you survive me, there's nothing that compels you to be the guardian. We've named backups. If for some reason you want to decline, you don't feel that health-wise you're up to the challenge, you can decline, and the next person we've named will step up to be the guardian. Now, close family members and friends can be a great option. So let's say you and your spouse that way won't have to sort of budge, if you will, on having each other's family members serve. Think about a neutral third party. Naming a close family member or friend as your child's guardian, especially one who has children of the same age as your child, or who, let's say, is in the same school district as your family, it's going to provide familiarity and structure to your child. So in the unlikely event that something were to happen to you, it would, frankly, would be comforting, would it not, to know that, that your child could stay in the same school with his or her friends. Now, what about naming a couple? That seems to be common. Well, we'll name, Bob and Susie. Well, that's not always the best. Don't automatically go to naming a couple because, think about it. Divorces happen, and what's going to happen then to that arrangement? So I just want to suggest a few things to think about when deciding who might be best to name as a guardian. One, ask yourself, is this person I'm thinking about Are they capable of being your child's guardian? So ideally, a legal guardian should be someone who can, adequately assume your role as the parent. This person should be able to provide the child with basic necessities, obviously, like food, clothing, and housing, shelter. A legal guardian should also have the capacity to make day-to-day and major decisions for your child, things like medical care and education, and frankly, just how to raise your child. Does your chosen person as the guardian have any legal reasons why they can't be the guardian for your child? So guardians must be fit to raise your child in the eyes of the law. This means they can't have any, prior run-ins with the law, convictions or family offenses like child abuse, neglect, and abandonment. If so, that's going to be a disqualifier. Something else to ask: hey, is this person, are they family? So as I was saying, choosing a family member as a guardian can be the best way to ensure that your children continue to see their extended family and continue to be connected with them. So it's much easier, obviously, for family members to make sure that your kids are seeing their grandparents, let's say for the holidays, when they're already going there themselves. And on the flip side, it can take much more coordination and effort for non-family members to make those kinds of arrangements. In addition, if families live, let's say, fairly close to each other, it may be easier for your guardian to receive assistance with things like babysitting, carpooling, that sort of thing. Something else to ask: values, religious beliefs, even political leanings, do they line up with yours? It's important for the potential legal guardian that you want to name to have those same values and belief system as you, so your child will be raised in a similar way that you would have raised them. Having this consistency will help your child basically carry on despite losing you. So talk to your potential guardian about this before making it official and find out if their values align with yours. Ask this: hey, are they already parents? You may want to look for someone who is already a parent and already has experience raising a child. This can give you assurance that they know how to love and raise a child and do so very well. Just be sure that those parents have the ability and the finances to take on more children. Having other children certainly around the house could assist your kids and their adjustment that they're going to have to go through. But again, having mixed children in the same house can cause other complications. And speaking of multiple children, ask: are they willing? Let's say you have 2 or more children. Is this person you're thinking about as the guardian, are they willing to take in both children? Do they have the capacity and the willingness to do that? Or might they only take one? You don't want to split up your kids into 2 separate households. Finally, once you have sort of honed in on somebody, don't keep it a secret. Speak to them before you name them. Don't let it be a surprise later. If you'd like to know some more about this whole topic, about how to go about choosing a guardian for your child, and maybe how we can help, what we encourage you to do is schedule a free 15-minute phone call with us by going to our booking calendar, and getting there is easy. Click on the link in this video, and it takes you right there, and pick the day and time that works for you. If you've enjoyed this video, we would ask that you like and share with your friends. And if you have not already done so, subscribe to this YouTube channel, Legacy Planning Law Group. So I'm going to sign off for now. Bill O'Leary, go make it a great day and a better world.